Oh, it's a scorching hot day here in New York City. It's June 24th, 2025, and apparently it's going to be as hot as it has been in the past 137 years, breaking records. Apparently today it's hotter than Death Valley, which is one of the hottest places in the entire United States of America. Right now it's about 103 degrees Fahrenheit. It feels like it. And it's pretty humid too. So join me today to find out, how does New York City look like in the hot, scorching weather? Right now we are at 90th Street and 37th Avenue in the neighborhood of Jackson Heights. I took you to this neighborhood because this neighborhood particularly is usually very vibrant. Lots of people walking about, enjoying their day. Lots of businesses all around. You know, after Manhattan, you have Jackson Heights, you have neighborhoods like Flatbush, you have some neighborhoods in the Bronx that are very vibrant with people always walking around. But today might be different because it's really hot. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and let's go for a hot weather walk today. So I'm armed with my coffee. Now, disclaimer, I really enjoy the heat. My family's Puerto Rican, my entire family's Puerto Rican. I grew up partially in Puerto Rico, and then that said, I'm also used to New York City summers. I kind of thrive in them, and I really do enjoy the heat. Of course, I know my limits. I have slathered myself with a bunch of sunscreen, and I have my hat with me, and I'm wearing very light clothing, and I definitely seek shelter, especially air-conditioned shelter, when I'm feeling a little bit tired. So I encourage all of you to do the same when you're exploring the city in extreme heat. Know your limits, and it's okay if you want to stay indoors the entire day and then later on come out at night. That's probably advisable for most people. As for me, I just really love walking in this intense heat. I don't know, I just feel really, really good. So let me know if you're the same, actually. I'm very curious if anyone out there is the same. Hello, Relly from Massachusetts. Nice to see you here. You know, stepping into the shade is actually quite a big difference. Nice to see more benches here in Jackson Heights. So Jackson Heights, for context, is the most diverse neighborhood in the entire world. You know, Toronto likes to claim that title, but I don't know. I think when I come to Jackson Heights, I see more variety than even Toronto. Here we have 120 nationalities represented, basically the entire world. The world has 192 nations, or so. And it feels extremely diverse. Here you'll find every ethnicity that you can think of. Right now we are more towards the South American area, so we see more Bolivians, Peruvians, Ecuadorians. There's Mexicans. There's a few Uruguayans as well, Paraguayans as well, which is pretty rare to see outside of their country. And then later on, as we're walking towards 74th Street, we're going to see more Indians, Bangladeshi, Pakistani, and so on, and then Mongolian and Nepalese as well. Hello, Din Din. Violet says, wow, it looks super hot here. It is. 103 degrees Fahrenheit, might even reach further. New York City apparently hasn't had 100-degree weather in 10 years, which blows my mind because I always associate New York City summers with being very hot. But I've been running Urbanist for 9 years, and I spend quite a significant amount of time traveling, usually during the summertime. So I haven't quite experienced New York summer to its fullest extent. Rhonda asked, what neighborhood are we in? We are in right now in Jackson Heights, Queens, the most diverse neighborhood in the entire world. Not sure why it's telling me that there's bad service here, but let me know if you still see me and hear me. And it might be too hot for a hot coffee. Went to there's not many coffee shops in this side of Jackson Heights, so I couldn't find a good iced coffee. I might throw this away because whew, it's hot. Camilla says, drink water. Indeed. Oh yes, lots of water to be drank. And look, this is the classic New York City coffee cup. It's a pleasure to serve you. Beautiful cup, great style. All right, it's time to take out my hat because I'm walking in the sun's direction, which actually might not be too wise. Maybe I should walk the other opposite direction. Barra says, video stuttering, might be the phone overheating. Carol says, the diner behind 75th Street has amazing iced coffee. Ooh, good to know. 75th Street, we're pretty far away right now. We're at 86, so we're 11 blocks away. Gotta drink some water. Okay, might be hot, too hot to walk towards this direction of the sun, so we're gonna go further into this beautiful area of Jackson Heights where you can see a lot of the residential streets. But as you can see, a normal weekday like today, especially on the weekends even, so you would see this filled with people out and about, but today it is rather empty. Almost no one is out and about. Alan says, is it normally this hot in the summer? You're watching from the UK. You know, New York gets really hot in July. We're not in July yet, but usually New York gets stifling hot later in the summer. Is 104 degrees Fahrenheit normal? No, not really. It's not as common as you would like say in Athens, Greece, or in Seville, which I just came from. Hello, Michelle. Nice to see you here. Yeah, I was walking there in the direction of the sun. The sun is beaming like straight at my face, and that is not too advisable unless if you have to. So we're walking the side streets. So Jackson Heights was originally designed to be a garden city. Garden City was an idea by Ebenezer Howard, an Englishman, who thought to himself that cities can actually be built like the downtown area, like say London, say downtown Manhattan, the middle of Paris. Those places could be the heart of big business and industry, but the main cities for people to live can be built in the periphery in areas called garden cities. I think it's bad transmission. Not sure what happened. I guess Jackson Heights suffers from good service. Irene, nice to see you here. Welcome. Okay, let me know if you see me and hear me. Seems to be rather shaky service here. I'm not sure why. I'm in the middle of the city. But nonetheless, in Queens especially, actually more so than the other boroughs, you see a lot of Art Moderne style buildings. And Art Deco, Art Moderne, Art Deco, and you also have what's called Guji architecture, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And it's like futuristic architecture. And it's very nice to see a building like this. So overall, this entire neighborhood that we're seeing was designed as a garden city. So it was supposed to be like a city right outside of the bigger city. And it was supposed to have gardens everywhere so that people can enjoy shade from the sun, lawns. It was supposed to have a nice commercial corridor in the center, surrounded by residential all around it. So as we're walking around, you kind of get a sense that this was very particularly designed. And it's very nice. That's why Jackson Heights is one of the more pleasant neighborhoods. I'm so grateful I grew up here in Jackson Heights, Queens. Calypso says it's hot. Yes, Calypso, it is hot. G Waters is following my advice and staying in. Good, I'm glad. Here is one of those police fireboxes you were able to report an emergency. I don't think any of these work. I think, as far as I know, there might be like one or two that still are in service, but they don't generally work. They are relics of an old New York. Camilla says, take salts. Salts would be good. During the weekends, this avenue, 37th Avenue, this is 37th? "35th Avenue is closed. Oh, it's the next one. 34th Avenue is the one that's closed. So 34th Avenue, next avenue down, is closed for open streets. All right, this heat feels more intense than the one in Seville. And as intense as the one in Athens, Greece. And it's due to the humidity and also all the concrete, and it makes it feel a little bit more stifling. Elliot says in Park Slope, it says it's only 99 degrees Fahrenheit. There might be small temperature variations, but yeah, my weather app says 103. Dro on the go says I'm missing New York. Oh, I'm glad you are. New York is such an amazing city. I'm glad you're missing it. I hope you get to come back soon. It's pissing down in Liverpool, says Paul. You went there. I did go to Liverpool, and I enjoyed it. Every time we walk in the heat, we sweat a lot. We need to regenerate, says Camilla. We do. We sweat a lot in the heat. Yes. Look at more beautiful architecture. Look at this. Wow. These were also among the first apartment building neighborhoods, aside from the tenements of Lower Manhattan. And here we have more police and fireboxes. This one looks in way better shape. Hello, Daniel. Nice to see you here. All right. I'm going to walk around for about like 20 more minutes. So feel free to ask me any questions as we're strolling around. You can see that not that many people are out and about. And then Manhattan actually would be very similar. People tend to stay in on a hot day like this. So, and a lot of people don't like dining out on days like this. So it's actually might be a good time if you want to see a part of the city that's usually crowded and you can stand the heat. Might be a good time to explore. Look at this. Wow. Camilla says I should go to an outdoor pool. I would not trust New York City outdoor pools, to be honest, but it'd be nice to go to the beach. Paul says a courtyard. Yeah. So these buildings have like great entrances, but they also have courtyards, which we have to go to the middle of the block to see, which let's do. Let's walk down here. It's one of the many churches here. Palm says, do you recommend any rooftop gardens, rooftop bars? So when it comes to rooftop bars, yeah, you know, usually rooftop bars don't have too good of a shade. And there's a few that have like a air conditioned area and then the rest is outside. They probably would be not so full on a weekday, probably empty or closed. But when you're here on a weekday night or during the weekend, I would recommend personally the Moxie in the middle of Garment District. I also love the other Moxie, which is in Nolita. Citizen M has a great rooftop bar in Nolita as well. And if you go to Chinatown, I forgot the name of the hotel. There's a great hotel right by the entrance of the Manhattan Bridge. And it's a great rooftop bar. I gotta find the name, but yeah, there's quite a few rooftop bars. Malcare says, does the heat make you wish you shaved? No, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. The beard actually... So someone asked, does the beard make me feel hot? No, quite the opposite. The beard makes me feel cooler. Also, it prevents sunburn. So I don't need to put, if I were clean shaven, I would to put way more sunscreen on. So it's quite nice, actually. All right, we're back at 37th Avenue. RJ says we got hail while you got 100-degree plus weather. Yeah, we had hail literally last Thursday. There was hail. So here we see Peruvian chicken, rotisserie chicken. Got Taco Bell. That's a Taco Bell I used to go with my friends when we were younger. Now this is the main thoroughfare. You can tell with all the honking. This is the main thoroughfare of New York City right here. I mean, sorry, New York City, of Jackson Heights. I'm getting distracted by all this honking of Jackson Heights, along with Roosevelt Avenue. But this one's way more pleasant than Roosevelt Avenue. Roosevelt Avenue has a 7 train right above. Ooh, here we got Shake Shack. Camilla asks, do you like Shake Shack? Yes, I do. I do recommend it if you're here in New York City. I do like Shake Shack in other countries as well. So Shake Shack is a solid burger place to visit. Do I like it personally? Yes. I really do love it. From the fast food burger chains, it's my favorite. Camilla asks, what's the best burger in New York City? Right now, I think the best burger in New York City is a place called Smashed, which is in the West Village. And they do smash burgers, which are like burgers grilled very thin. Hey, Wendy, nice to see you here. All right, let's cross the street. Hopefully there's more shade. Yeah. So this is the Q32 bus. It comes from Midtown Manhattan, or you can take it to Midtown Manhattan. Elma with the €250 super chat. Thank you so much, Elma. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Woo! Hot. I'll use that to cool down with lemonade. Well, at least I'll pay for half a lemonade. Oh my God, guys, I did not get to go to Alhambra in Granada, but I have gone to Alhambra here in Jackson Heights. Didn't need to go all the way to Granada from Seville. All I needed was to come here. Camille says, do you like the banana pudding from Magnolia Bakery? I do like the banana pudding from Magnolia Bakery. Paul says, I'm not going to New York City this year. I'm going to a holiday. I'm not sure where. Oh, what makes for the change of plans, Paul? But that's exciting. Going to a new place. Yeah, definitely give it a try. That's interesting. There's a hotel here. Oh, no worries. Now we are underneath the 7 train. Passport to the world. Dr. Tachi, nice to see you here. Welcome to the broadcast. This is the bus that goes to Midtown, directly from Jackson Heights, Queens. Well, we are going on the train because it's hot. And the train has something very coveted by New Yorkers in scorching heat when you're far away from home. The subway has blasting AC. So I just tapped my credit card. Almost every credit card is accepted. You can also use your phone with Apple Pay or Google Pay to get onto the train. And don't worry, I think after you travel 6 times, they stop charging you. 6 times in 1 week, they stop charging you. Wendy asked where we're heading. We're going Manhattanbound. I'm not sure yet where I'll take this train to. Not sure yet where I'll stop. But we're going Manhattanbound. Yeah. On that Manhattan train. I don't see a train coming. We'll be here for a few hours. All right. We're here for a few hours, waiting for the train. It's all good. It's a normal day in New York City life. Wait just a few hours or so. Wow, so Prism Live Studio now allows me to zoom in 30 times. That's crazy. Okay, so we only have like 2 more hours to wait for the train. So, how's life? How are you guys doing? We gotta spend time, here. We gotta be able to allow time to go by quickly. So let me know. Tell me your entire life stories. Tell me where you were born, where you grew up, your hopes and dreams, your regrets in life, what you feel great about. Tell me everything, because we got 2 hours for the next train. But seriously, hurry up, because we only got 2 hours. Like you have to hurry up right now. Tell me your full life. Oh, all right, it's too late. Too late. The train came early. I'm sorry, no life stories. The train came early.
This is a Manhattanbound 7-skip-stop train. The next stop is 74th Street, Broadway, an accessible station.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome to the train. We're in the 7 train. Heads through Manhattan from Hudson Yards all the way to Flushing Main Street, the largest Chinatown in New York City. We're going Manhattanbound right now from the 82nd Street stop. Athena says, I remind you of Hugh Grant. Ooh. Also, DS, nice to see you here. Welcome. How's the AC on the train? Oh my god, it is spectacular. So it's blasting right in my face right now, like right here, the vents. Ooh. And pro tips, stand in the middle, because if you stand on either end, there's no big vents on the end of the train, but here in the middle, perfect ventilation. So you can feel the vents are here. It's extremely strong. I feel so cooled down and relaxed.
7-skip-stop train. The next stop is Woodside, 61st Street, an accessible station.
I'm already cooled down. Like my sweat is already dried up, and I'm feeling nice and chilled. So yeah, quite a big difference. So right now we're passing 74th Street, which is basically the beginning of Jackson Heights. So Jackson Heights extends from 74th Street stop on the 7 train all the way to Junction Boulevard. And maybe a little bit more, 103rd, but that's when you start transitioning into Corona, Queens. Dia says, I love the sunglasses. Hey, thank you so much, man. Just upgraded. Chris says in Arizona, when you get on the rail, they say you must have a destination where riding the train. The destination can't be air conditioning. Well, for me it is. And in Arizona, that would be insane to the destination not be the air conditioning. Wendy says I love your shirt. Thank you. I got it in Mykonos. Or Naxos, I think. I got it in Naxos. Greece.
This is Woodside, 61st Street.
So
An
Fernandezos
accessible
is
station.
the
The elevator is at the rail
largest
of the
island in
platform.
Cyclades, and I got
Transfer
it
to the LaGuardia
during one of my live
Link
videos actually.
70 Select bus service to LaGuardia Airport. Transfer to the Q53 Select bus service. Connections available to the Long Island Railroad. This is a Manhattan-bound 7-skip stop train. The next stop is 46th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Adam is asking what borough. We are in the borough of Queens. Hello, Sandy. Welcome. Athena says, window to the world. It really is indeed. Right now we passed Woodside, which is Little Philippines, Little Manila. Now we're entering Sunnyside, which there's a significant Irish population, not Irish American, but Irish recently from Ireland. And you also find people from all around the world. You also find a little Paraguay, some Bolivians, and basically anyone from around the world.
This is 46th Street. This is a Manhattanbound 7th local train. The next stop is 40th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is 40th Street.
EMX is about creativity, skill, and passion. Subway surfing is just whack. Ride inside and stay alive. This is not just investment. Peace.
Michael noticed how they extended the track into the middle of the platform. They did. I'm not entirely sure why.
This is a Manhattan-bound 7th local train. The next stop is 33rd Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is 33rd Street.
Hello, everyone. The MTA is hiring. We're looking to hire talented individuals as bus operators, skilled tradespeople, and for positions in the legal, labor, occupational health, and engineering technology fields. For more information on openings, events, and to set up job alerts, visit careers@mta.org. Join the team that moves movies and apply to work for the MTA today.
This is a Manhattanbound 7 local train. The next stop is Queensboro Plaza.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hello. It is dangerous to hold the doors open when the train is in the station and to lean on them when the train is moving. Please be safe and stay back from the doors.
This is Queensboro Plaza. The elevator is at the front of the platform. Transfer is available to the N and W trains.
So Paul is correct. This is right now Long Island City.
This is a Manhattanbound 7 local train. The next stop is Court Square, an accessible station.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is Court Square, an accessible station. The elevator is at the front of the platform.
Transfer is available to the E, G, and M trains.
This is a Manhattanbound 7 local train. The next stop is Fourth Avenue.
So we have arrived to 45th Street Court. Sorry, 45th Street Court Square. And here we can transfer to the EMG, and this is Long Island City. Al says, are we getting some Greek delish today? No, not today. Nancy says, we're traveling together, thank you. I just got in, brutal walk today. It is, that's why I went to the train. Cooled down, it was so nice. The air conditioning is blasting on these trains. Many of the trains have it very hot. If you ever walk into a cart and it's very hot, don't worry, go to the next one, the next cart on the same train, because you will most likely find air conditioning. We're not like the city of Paris or other major European cities that don't believe in air conditioning. We actually have air conditioning in our trains. We have air conditioning basically everywhere. If you go to a restaurant where they don't have the air conditioning on, just go to a place next to it. Athena says, what was the last time it was 100 degrees? Apparently it was 10 years ago, so more than a decade. Paul says, I went to Red Hook last year. Ooh, Adam. Oh, happy birthday, Adam. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're celebrating your birthday. Amy says it's 60 degrees in Anchorage. I heard Alaska had its first heat warning. Athena says it was 2012. Wow. That is 13 years ago. That's crazy. Cole says, I like your glasses. Ooh, thank you so much, Cole. Here we see an old school diner, which are disappearing from New York City. More and more closing every day. So it's nice to see a nice diner over here. And Long Island City is another big neighborhood, but here's a great neighborhood if you want to see views of New York. And then so there's also MoMA PS1, which I'll show you where it is right now. Does Queen Plaza still exist? Queen's Plaza, yeah, but it never was like a plaza as far as I know, as far as I have been alive in New York. It's more so an area with businesses and trains passing by. Anthony says, is New York City melting? It is melting, yeah, we are indeed melting over here. So if you see my live streams from 8 years ago, because I've been doing this for 9 years, I'm getting close to the 9-year anniversary of Urbanist, which is going to be September 7th. Stay tuned, Urbanist Day. You go 8 years ago when I did one of my first live videos in Long Island City, many of these skyscrapers were not here. Uh-oh, Gimbal's freaking out on me. They weren't here. Hey, Megan Daly. How you doing, Megan Daly? I'm inside saying cool with my fluffy pup. Oh, but Megan, it's such a beautiful day to be out and about here in New York. Finally, it's warm. I've been waiting for this heat. Anthony says, oh my God, 9? Yeah, nearly 9 years. 9-year anniversary coming up soon. And I say 9 because I started doing live streaming already 9 years ago. I started in late April of 2016. All right, here we have a nice seat to cool down. This is MoMA PS1. Let's see when it's open. I think they're open. Are they? Closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays. No! Are you on Cameo? I love your voice and delivery. I have to maybe start up my Cameo account. I haven't used it. Does anyone here ever use Cameo? Let me know. Eloquent and debonair. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Debonair delivery. Thank you so much. Okay. Wow, that was quite a journey. We went from Jackson Heights to Long Island City. Long Island City. It was such a beautiful journey. I hope everyone enjoyed it. It's a sign of respect. It's a sign redirect. Hey, Adam says, are you sweating in this hot out? When I'm walking, yes, it's, you know, in Greece with this same heat, I did not get too terribly sweaty because it's much drier, but here with the humidity, I feel a little bit more sweaty. Definitely while walking around or sitting around in the heat. Hey, McCully says, Ariel, looking good, man. Thank you so much, McCully. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're continuing your love for Hamilton, which is at its 10-year anniversary. Ariel, blue is your color. That's what people tell me. Yeah, blue is my color. Yeah. I love this kind of like bright blue. 5% humidity in Phoenix. Wow, it's very low. Phoenix is dry. And it's been so cool to get a Mr. Softy right now. Yes, Mr. Softy. Oh my God. And congrats on your Urbanist anniversary. It's coming up soon, September 7th. 9 years. I like browsing, seeing which celebrity kind of phone has it in their Cameo. Oh, Cameo's the app where people can leave messages if people pay a small fee. Oh, interesting. When I was a kid, I purchased my first Voltron at Queens Plaza. It was $50 back then. Voltron, wow. Okay, that's cool. All right, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We went from Jackson Heights, Queens, 90th Street, all the way to Long Island City here by train. It's very evident that if it's a hot day, not too many people are going to be out and about. The sun will beam down on you. Though if you're in a residential area, there's probably a lot of opportunities for shade, or if you're near skyscrapers, there's opportunities for shade too. But remember, here in New York City, basically every restaurant, bar, cafe will have air conditioning. The trains have air conditioning. This applies to the subway and the Long Island Railroad and the New Jersey Transit. And if you also need a air conditioning break, the buses also have air conditioning. So you can find lots of shade and cover and cooling here in New York City. It won't be too difficult. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this live video throughout New York City. More to come, and I'm exploring a new country soon, which I'm very excited for. So everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone, and stay cool, my friends. Bye-bye.